Good morning. Good morning. So I want to talk about something really important. Basically, I want to talk about the software engineering or developing job title, right? Now, I talk about this. I talk about that a lot on this channel. Obviously, this is a channel where I'm documenting my journey into the tech field. I currently work in IT, but I went to a coding boot camp back in 2022 for about 10 weeks, and it was a very intense program or course. But of course, I've learned a lot there. I've learned a lot about how everything works. There's a whole lot to learn. There's always going to be something to learn, but I learned the basics of coding, if that makes any sense. And that wasn't the best part to me, just learning that about APIs and like what is JSON, how to use it, why would you use it, understanding, arrays and, leak codes, just a lot of different things. But my favorite part wasn't just the coding part about going there. My top favorite part was meeting people, right? That's just my thing. When I go somewhere, I like to meet people. I love hearing stories. I love hearing about their experiences. And a lot of times when people are telling you about their experience or their stories, they give you tips and or advice naturally, right? Not that you're asking for any advice or tips, or maybe you are. A lot of times people have no problem sharing advice with you, And that's amazing because those tips and or advice may benefit you in the long run. And that's one of my favorite things about going to certain places, meeting people, because of those things. Networking, you build relationships, and you never know if you'll need that person's help in the future. Not saying that's the main purpose why you're talking to them, but you're making friends. So that's something I very much enjoy. To this day, I still am connected with these individuals online, and we're still friends. We're still cool with each other, and it's just awesome. Not to mention the actual professors, the teachers are actual, some have 5 to 10 years plus working as an engineer. So these are super talented, very experienced people. And I've learned from them basically. And you can't tell me there's no better person to learn about something than from someone who's in the field, right? That makes any sense. They're just not reading a book, and they're not just watching videos and teaching you what they learn from a video. They're in the field. And that's what I was learning from when going to that boot camp. And I'm sure there's a lot of boot camps out there like that, where it's very, the mentorship is really amazing. And they're not just trying to teach you how to code, but they're trying to help you land a job, right? And that's one thing about the boot camp that I went to, is that was your focus, getting your feet wet, just get you in there. Of course, make sure you know what you're doing, obviously, but get you in the door. And yeah, it was just awesome. It was really good going to this boot camp. But again, my point of this video is I'm not anti-boot. I am not anti-software engineer. I am not anti-software development. I think these are one of the most stable jobs ever. Even though with all the mass layoffs that's going on right now, a lot of things have changed. It's not just coding boot camp. I keep saying boot camp. It's not just software engineering, but government jobs are also, there's layoffs in that field as well, right? Government jobs. Who saw this coming, where a federal worker doesn't have job security? That to me is one of the last people to ever get laid off for whatever reason. And yeah, it's I don't want to say like no one's safe, but basically it can happen to anybody, any job. But in terms of software engineering, because I'm talking about this specifically, look, I don't care what you tell me. Everything, every app, every website requires some type of engineer to be part of that process. So that's what I mean by stable. Someone built that website, somebody built that app, someone built that AI to build that app, an engineer did it. So if you think about it, it is pretty stable. It's not easy to get into. It requires a lot of work if you're serious about it, obviously, right? You have to be serious about this. But it is a stable job because you're always going to need engineers involved in that process of building something. Again, all the apps and websites we're using, technology, we need engineers. We there's just no doubt about that. Just like we need IT professionals, we always need support from someone. And that's where I come in as an IT professional to support. But my point is, again, I am not anti-software engineer, and I'm doing this video because it did inspire someone inspired me to do this, where they left a comment, and it kind of sucked reading it, because the comment really, I didn't want to say it attacked me, but it made it seem like I am anti-software development, and that is just completely false. Again, it's hard to get in, and I just like to expose the truth about what's going on in the market, not just engineering, but again, in different sectors of government jobs, layoffs, in different industries and fields, layoffs. It's everywhere. Retail, tech, government jobs, it's everywhere. But that should not discourage anybody for still trying to get in. And it's not stopping me, even with all the layoffs. I'm still getting I won't say job offers, but I still have people reaching out to me for work. And that's just the truth. I'm a very hard worker. I love to post my work. I love to post my thoughts. I love learning more about tech. It's an ongoing learning process that never stops. The same applies for engineering. It's just ongoing learning. You never stop learning about whatever in that job title. You're always have to keep learning. The same thing applies for me working in IT. I have to keep learning what's going on, the newest trends, the newest technologies. That's my job, to stay up to date. The same thing applies for a software engineer or a software developer. You can never get comfortable. And I think a lot of people got comfortable, and this is why you're seeing a lot of layoffs as well. Companies don't really need that many people on the floor anymore. But let's make this very clear. We still need engineers. We still need very talented, serious people to work those jobs. And I know there's a lot of boot camps out there that can help people get into that field, but you have to be serious, and it does require a lot of work. The same applies for me working in IT. It's not easy. I have to keep learning different things, and when problems happen, a few months ago, we had this world IT outage with CrowdStrike. I dropped a video about this. I'm not sure if you know what I'm talking about, but basically CrowdStrike, or Falcon CrowdStrike, is a security technology company, and we use that in my job. So basically they pushed an update, and this update caused a lot of shutdowns, and pretty much I'm talking thousands of corporations, federal places were shut down, such as police stations, fire stations, libraries, hospitals, different corporations like ours. When I say shut down, I mean literally the computers were showing a blue screen. Shut down. It was so bad for us where we had to send all of our salespeople and customer service people home that day to bring back the computers. And we're talking over hundreds of computers we had to fix manually. Go inside the CMD, use our different scripts, and just get this update out of the computer, refresh it, and bring it back to normal. It took all day. My point I'm trying to make is, no one taught me about this, about CrowdStrike Falcon. We use it. I know of it because that's one of the apps we push on computers once we're onboarding somebody. But I've never really used it before. I just know what it is. But yeah, I was never prepared for something like this. A worldwide IT outage. Insane. A few months ago, like last year, literally. But now I know, right? I know what to do next time that happens, literally. But that's my point. You have to keep learning. Even when things get really difficult, that's the time to learn about new things, when things become a challenging part. So it's like the challenging things are, the more you learn. Well, maybe that's how I look at it. But again, you have to keep learning. You have to keep getting better. Hope I'm making sense too, but my whole point into this video is that I am not anti-software engineer. I encourage people to join that, job title. I encourage people to obtain a job working at that. I have friends who are software engineers. I have colleagues that work as an engineer or a developer. It's a great paying job. It's very stable, right? But the truth is, not just tech or our software engineering, but companies are realizing they don't need that many help right now, as they once did back in 2020. The whole C19 thing, they hired way too many people. Now things are back to normal. They don't need that many people anymore. That's one of the things that's going on right now. But once again, last time I'll say this, I am not anti-software engineer. I am not anti-software development whatsoever. I support it. It's a great paying job. I've never done it before professionally, but I have friends who do it, and I see how much passion they have behind it. I can't say how great their lives are, but they're doing pretty well financially, a lot of them. So hope I'm making sense. Much love to you. Go for it, man. Seriously. Even though with all the crazy layoffs going on right now, a lot of nonsense. If this is what you want to do, development, engineering, go for it. We need engineers. I mean, they're not going anywhere. It will never be extinct ever. We don't need that many people anymore. That's the truth. But we always need some type of human touch involved when it comes to developing something. AI, machine learning, that's you, the engineer, the developer. So that job is not going anywhere. I mean, if not ever, because humans need to be involved in that process. That's really what I believe. So you can check me out on LinkedIn. Go check me out on Instagram. I also have a website, juicytech.com. I have merchandise available if you wish to support the channel that way. I have a lot of goodies there. I also have an email newsletter available on the website, juicytech.com. The same name of this channel is the name of my website, juicytech.com. Hope you enjoyed. My name is Ario the Juice. Hope you got some value from this, and I very much hope this information benefits you in some kind of way, shape, or form. But until next time, peace out, much love. Thanks for watching. I'm out of here. Peace.